The second point, worship is a self-realization. Jesus answered her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. Sir, the woman said, you have nothing to draw with and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his flocks and herds? And Jesus answered, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. Jesus is talking about the water in the well. Everybody who comes back, because see, what was customary was the woman was supposed to go to this well. Oftentimes the well was 1 mile to 2 miles away from where they lived. So it cost them something to get there. And it took them a long day or long travel to get there. And so what's happening is they would come and they would get water and they'd go back to their house. Then they'd come and get more water and go back to their house. And he said, whoever drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give him will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give him will be in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life. And the woman said to him, Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water. I remember, I guess it was probably, I don't know, probably 2 months ago, maybe a little more. I was driving home one night, and it was really, really late, and I don't know about, I'm sure somebody can relate to this. I don't like driving at night because I already can't see as it is. And so and I'm young, and I'm like, oh God, I don't like driving at night. But I drive anyway. Of course, I'm going to get to where I got to go. So I'm going home really, really late one night. And I'm on this back road, Highway 18. Some of y'all know where that's at. Nothing's out there, by the way. So if something happens to you, you might as well just go on and give up, because you're going to be there for a while. And that's exactly what happened to me. I'm driving down the road, and I doze off to sleep. And I end up hitting this little embankment and rips my tag off the front of my car. By the way, it was a Georgia Tech tag, and I still ain't found it, and I'm mad, but that's okay. I'm half out of it. I hit my head on the steering wheel, and I'm freaking out. Anybody been there? You had a wreck, and you're like, I don't know where I'm at? Nobody? My goodness, I felt all alone just then. And so that's where I'm at. I got Matt back there waving his hand. Thank you, Matt. I got somebody back there that knows what I'm talking about. So I hit this embankment and I come to, and I don't know where I'm at. I don't remember where I was going. I don't remember what's going on. I'm just freaking out. And I see my cell phone over there. And so I texted Courtney and I texted Chelsea, and I was like, hey, I'm in a wreck. Or I've been in a wreck, and I'm like, I don't really know where I'm at right now, because it's nothing. Like I said, when you're out there, there's nothing on this road but trees. And I'm freaking out. You know, my car's making weird sounds. I'm like, God, if I blow up right now, it's going to be real bad. So anyways, and what happens is finally the ambulance gets there and the police get there, and I start freaking out. Anybody been there? Yeah. They pull up and you're like, I'm not going. That was my response. And they want to put this thing around my neck, and I'm freaking. I'm like, no, I don't want that around my neck. And I might have said a few things, and I'm joking. I didn't say anything. I don't think. I don't remember. But either way, I'm sitting there, and I come to, and I finally realize where I'm at, because they tell me where I'm at. And I feel like that's a lot of times the way it is in our lives, that when we have an encounter with the Lord, when we have an experience with the Lord shows us exactly where we are. And a lot of times we don't really remember where we are or how we got there. We don't know what's going on. The surroundings are different. Things are new. We don't understand it. And then the Lord looks at us and He says, okay, now this is where you are. Spiritually, most of the time, God will tell us exactly where we are. He'll say, hey, you hadn't talked to me in a little while. And you ain't picked up my word in a little while. And I'm kind of missing you a little bit. I'd like to have a little bit of time with you. I know you got a lot going on, but I'd really like to have some time with you. And He helps us realize exactly where we are in our relationship with Him. And many of you right now are saying, Kyle, I'm not where I need to be spiritually. I haven't been in the Word. I haven't been praying like I need to. I haven't had a real, authentic, true encounter with the Lord in quite some time, but I'm longing for it, because something I know about everyone in this room today is that God formed and fashioned you to want to be with Him and to want to be intimate with Him. He fashioned you that way. And so there's this void in your life that only He can fill. But oftentimes, what do? We get caught up in filling it with something else. And we fill our time with, we go shopping all the time, we go out to eat all the time, we hang out with people all the time. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't like being by myself very often. Anybody like that? You hate being by yourself? That's me. I don't want to live by myself. I hate that. I just hate being by myself. But one of the things that I found is that when I get by myself and I get in the presence of the Lord, I hear His voice a lot easier and a lot more. Am I right? You've noticed that? When you slow down and you be still, know that He's God, He can speak and you can hear clearly. And oftentimes people wonder, why am I not hearing the voice of the Lord? It's because we aren't taking enough time to hear it. And many of us don't recognize it. You know, one thing that I noticed when I was a little boy, people would call my house. And me and my dad sound just alike on the phone. So they would say, Mark. I say, no, this is Kyle. Hold on just a minute. I'll give you the phone. Or give him the phone. And, but then, you know, like, if you know someone's voice, you oftentimes, when you hear it, you can recognize it. Am I right? They ain't even got to say anything. If they leave a voicemail, hey, it's me, you know who it is. They ain't even got to say their name. Am I right? And oftentimes the reason that we don't hear the voice of God is because we don't recognize His voice. And God is desperately wanting to speak to you about your job and about your family and about your marriage and different things that are going on in our lives. But if we would just slow down and say, okay, God, I'm open to hearing your voice, we might just hear Him a little bit better. And if we would recognize it that first time, then the next time He speaks, it'll be so easy for us to hear it. Am I right? Yeah. So worship is a self-realization. It'll show you where you are spiritually.